Sverre Nypan is an 18-year-old attacking midfielder from Norway, currently playing from Rosenborg. We're going to kick it off with a quote from a Norwegian football expert. Sverre Nypan is extremely exciting, and I get a bit of the same feeling as when I saw Martin Odegaard break through as a boy. And this is coming from Jesper Mathiesen. Nypan in January was a player who was highly sought after. There was rumours that Nypan went to England to speak to Arsenal, to speak to Man City and to speak to Aston Villa. And around that time, it looked like he was destined to be going to Arsenal, but a deal didn't happen and he stayed at Rosenborg. News is now coming out from Ornstein and Romano that Aston Villa are now in pole position to sign the Norwegian wonderkid. He's a player that is doing the rounds across all of the football tacticos out there, talking about how good he is technically, how high his ceiling is, and how far he can go. And Nypan is a player that really excites me. He's a project, but he's also got that quality and that ability to be able to reach his ceiling and go further. He's been spoken about as being similar to Odegaard and Frank Lampard for the way in which he can arrive late in the box, the way he can finish, his technical ability around the box. So on this episode, we're going to go in depth and take a look at Nypan. We're going to have a real look at all of the key attributes that he's really good at with images. We're also going to talk about how he fits into Aston Villa's system, the project at Aston Villa with Unai Emery, and we'll also touch on some of the weaknesses that he needs to improve on as well. So grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a drink, sit back, enjoy, and welcome to the next episode of The Villains. Nypan predominantly plays on the left-hand side for Rosenborg. He often picks up spatial areas on the football pitch. He's able to find that space and then he's able to drive forward and he's able to have that quality. Images here of him being very good under pressure, but very good in a physical battle as well. He's got that physicality about him that he's able to ride challenges and drive forward. And here we can see that he's been able to get his shot off. Again, pitch-wise, we'll go on pitch watch here. If you can do it on this pitch, you can do it on any pitch, by the way. So again, we've got him driving forward, riding through tackles, being able to get his head up and be able to play that pass and play that delivery that's needed. Often what you find with some players is you often will hear the phrase, he's done all the hard work, but Nypan is able to execute the end part, which is what you want to be able to happen. Riding those challenges, finding that space, being able to dribble through players and then find that end product with his pass as well. This is something that I've highlighted, that I've really picked up on. He's also very good in central spaces. When we're talking about low blocks, you know, a lot of teams now and a lot of good teams are coming up against low blocks. And now we're trying to find ways in which we can unlock. Where are the low block unlockers? And Nypan is one of those low block unlockers. Centrally, with a player in front of him, able to move and manipulate around players, whether that's with technique, whether that's with a drop of the shoulder, whether that's just with raw pace and power. But Nypan can do this and can then finish the execution of what he started. Stand up, drop the shoulder, go and play that through ball as well. Edge of the box work from Nypan is exceptional. It's very good. It's one of his biggest strengths is his ability to work around the box. And I think from a Villa point of view, that would be something that would be really standing out for Unai Emery and Monchi as well. Again, on that left-hand side, in tight spaces, to be able to turn, to be able to drive forward. We can see again, we've got a tackle that we're trying to ride. We can go forward, we can get our shot away, and we actually score from this moment again. Ball surrounded by two players, a little dink, and then we're away, we're driving forward. Again, riding those challenges. And then the drop of the shoulder. I really like the drop of the shoulder. I think this is something that he's really good at. And I think he's got that ability to glide as well. There's grace. He glides with grace, drop the shoulder, and I'm away. And that's something that Nypan does really well. And I think from a Villa point of view, again, the perspective of being able to get further up the football pitch by being able to dribble, by being able to be a ball carrier, is something that Unai Emery will be really looking forward to seeing if he does sign for Aston Villa. So he's ticking a lot of those early boxes of being able to be that ball carrier. We can see here we get a nice little assist, a nice through ball. We're able to play that through ball when we've got green grass in front of us, when we've been able to get our head up as well. The execution is good, tight spaces. Not always taking the easy decision. You can see the player with his arms out. He wants the ball, but being able to ignore that and then play that next pass is something, and it shows that intelligence on the pitch as well. Tactically aware, technically aware with his ability as well. So there's a lot of natural ability there. We can get to the byline. We can put crosses in the box. So the overall game I'm really liking. I think he's got a great technical understanding. He's quite robust. He can put the tackle in when needed. But he's really got that awareness in space. He can play on the left-hand side, or he can play as an attacking midfielder. So those are areas where Nypan would be able to fit into the Aston Villa system. Recently, obviously, he's 18 years of age, so his development is now starting to flourish, and we can see this from the numbers. We've got 2022, 23, 24, 23 and 24, and then you can start to see that we're progressing the numbers, the ratings are getting higher, and the actual goals are getting higher as well. Last season was his real standout. 2024, we played 2,145 minutes. We scored 8 goals. We got 7 assists. And we got a SOFA score rating of 7.26. So that was a real good season from him. We can see from his shooting stats, they have also improved. 2023, we played 23 games, 5 goals. Total number of shots was 27. And we'd got 11 shots on target. In 2024, we got 8 goals, total shots of 57, and 17 of those were on target as well. Big chances missed went up from 5 to 8. Team play, so again, we got assists of 7 in 2024, and we'd got 1 in 2023. We got big chances created, 7 in 2024, and 2 in 2023. We've also got key passes, so that's gone up significantly from 14 to 38, and successful dribbles have gone up from 30 to 39. Passing wise, we have got accurate passes 325, and then now we're at 589. We have got passing accuracy of 79.3 compared to 77.7 last season. We have got long ball accuracy of 58.1, and we're then at 58.8. And then finally, accuracy of long balls. We played 18 in 2023 and 47 in 2024. So I really wanted to show you the development at Rosenborg between the 2 seasons, and we can see that the progress is getting there. Now, the Rosenborg season has just started as well. So he's played 2 games this season so far. But last season, he played 28. He started 25, 76 minutes per game, 8 goals, scoring frequency of 264 minutes, shots per game at 2, 78% passing accuracy, 87 in his own half, 71 in the opposition half, 7 assists and 7 big chances created. Successful dribbles were at 57%, total duels 54%, ground duels at 57% and aerials at 33%. Like I said, the season's just started in Norway. So far he's got a SOFA score rating of 7.10. He's already scored 1 goal so far this season. He's got a passing accuracy of 82%. Accuracy in his own half is at 89%. Ball recoveries per game are at 1.5 and clearances per game are at 1.5 as well. So he's a player that is only going to get better. And the beauty about Nypan and the beauty about any young player in Europe is the Aston Villa Unai Emery project. We've already shown from a player point of view. Now, I know a lot of people wouldn't really like hearing this, but we've shown that young players can come into Aston Villa for a fee and leave for an absolutely gigantic fee in John Duran. So we've shown that we will give players an opportunity and a pathway if they are good enough. And I think Nypan would be one of those amongst Villa fans that comes in and stays. I don't feel like he would be a player that comes in and then goes out on loan and then moves around. I think the development factor for Nypan would be the deciding factor of why he's coming to Aston Villa. 3 clubs potentially on the table: Man City, Arsenal and Aston Villa. Who are you going to choose? You're going to choose Aston Villa. Why are you going to choose Aston Villa? Because you're going to be able to play. So I think that is the big factor for me of why he would choose Aston Villa. Because of game time, because of minutes. You'll be able to be in the matchday squad. You potentially could be playing European football of some form. Hopefully Champions League, Europa League. That's a big thing for Nypan to be involved at that at such a young age. And I feel like Nypan's a player that can foresee his potential because I think he's that good. He's so highly regarded. His strengths are also that he's two-footed, and I think that's a big factor in how he would suit Aston Villa. He can play with both feet, he can go left, he can go right. His finishing in and around the box is very good. In the box, it's brilliant. Outside the box, there's probably a little bit of work that needs to be done. He needs to work on his overall striking of the ball from outside the box. He needs to score a few bangers from outside the box, if that's the professional term we can use. And then that will start to add elements to his game as well. His final ball is good. Can it be better? Yes. And I think what you get with a player that joins Aston Villa is that they look at what Emery can do. What can Emery do to me? Does Nypan need to go to a club and sit on a bench, not play and not develop under an elite coach? No, he needs to be developed under an elite coach, and he needs to be fine-tuned and refined to get the absolute maximum out of him. And I think Villa is such a massive opportunity for Nypan to come and play Premier League football. Physicality, again, that will be tested. You know, he's a boy at the minute, and he needs to become a man. And I think Emery would be able to unlock that out of him as well. Within the Villa system, where would he play? Well, he can play on that left-hand side, or he can play off the striker. I think against the low block, he would be immense. He would be able to sit on the ball, be able to play, be able to express himself. On transition, would he need to play further up the pitch? Probably not. I think the left-hand side would probably suit him more because he doesn't have that overriding pace as such. You know, that core running power that probably Rodgers has got. Watkins has got the speed. Marlon's got the speed. He doesn't have the speed, but he makes up for it when the ball's at his feet and he's able to get his head up and move it around. So, again, I think it would be massive for him to come to Villa to be able to learn off players like Yuri Tielemans, Boubacar Kamara, you know, players of that ilk that are very technical and can improve a player by working with them and just learning that way. So he's a player that really does excite me, and hopefully we can get this one done because, you know, when you're seeing all and you're hearing all the noise about this absolute wonderkid that's going to be amazing, let's get them now before they become an outright superstar. Let's get them now before they become the Odegaard. let's make them become better than that player. And I think that's the next step for Villa. I think our recruitment policy is very different whichever way you look at it. And I think he falls into that bracket of being able to get someone before they are that finished article and just let them just flourish and grow inside the Villa side. So I really wanted to do this like Nypan episode. It's been one that I've really wanted to do, but the schedule has been quite hectic for Aston Villa. So hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. We are going to do more of these as we do edge towards the summertime and we can start looking at players, etc. But Nypan is that guy. He's that guy that we want, because it would be a massive, massive signing for Aston Villa. Even though he's only 18 years of age, it would be a statement to land a player like Nypan as well. So thanks everyone who's been watching the channel recently. It's absolutely doing so well, and that's only down to you guys that have been watching. So thank you everyone that's been watching. Up the villains and up the Nypan.